Cyrille Regis has been remembered as our brightest star during an emotional celebration into his life, held at his former club West Brom. Regis was laid to rest today after his shock death earlier this month following a heart attack, aged 59. The former England striker was applauded as his coffin paid a final visit to the Hawthorns stadium, where he made his name before a private funeral service. He was given a guard of honor by the current Baggies squad, led by manager Alan Pardew, as the hearse made the final journey away from the ground. Then thousands packed into the stands for a separate memorial service in honor of a man regarded as one of the trailblazers for black footballers in Britain.Brendon Batson, who played for West Brom alongside Regis and Laurie Cunningham, paid an emotional tribute when he took to the stage. Batson said, "We played at a time when black players endured vile abuse, but Cyrille never lost his cool, nor was he ever intimidated. It motivated him to play even better. How could anyone think they could intimidate the big men? You couldn't. We are blessed to have known him.Nice one Cyrille, nice one son.Batson, Carlton Palmer, Ron Atkinson, Les Ferdinand, Chris Hughton and Steve Bull and Brendan Batson all came to pay their respects with 1,800 ticketed fans in attendance." The song "Bring Him Home" from Les Miserables was sung by Chris Love to open the service, with club anthem "The Lord's My Shepherd" also played. Regis was described as our brightest star by Jonathan Barnett, chairman of the Stellar Agency, where Regis worked as an agent. Barnett said, "As a player he was strong, direct, cool and resilient. As an agent he showed every one of those qualities, and so much more. We had a young client on the fringes of the game, struggling at home, making mistakes, beset with demons. There was only one man for the job, and in Cyrille. A decade later that client is a Premier League star who owes everything to Cyrille." His death sparked an outpouring of emotion from supporters and ex-players who had revered the brilliant forward throughout his career. Regis was seen as a pioneer for black footballers making their mark in the professional game in Britain. He ignored shocking racism from the terraces to establish himself as one of the top forwards of his generation, in doing so becoming an icon to many, and in particular the black and ethnic minority. The coffin carrying Regis stayed at the Hawthorns for around an hour before leaving the ground for the final time on the way to being laid to rest at a private funeral service for family and friends. Around 2,000 fans got tickets for the service at West Brom's ground, where a separate service of celebration was held. Friends, family, and supporters all joined in as Regis was remembered in an emotional ceremony at the stadium, where he made his name. Former Atkinson, who supported Regis during the early years of his career, was in the stands along with John Barnes, Dwight York, Andy Cole and other ex-players. Singer Beverly Knight then performed a powerful rendition of the gospel song "Going Up Yonder." He was a trailblazer for black players in English football and made 297 appearances for the Baggies, scoring 112 goals. He is survived by his wife, who he married in 2006, his children from his first marriage, Robert and Michelle, and his grandchildren, Jada, Renee, and Riley. Regis was described as one of the modern game's pioneers and a crusader against bigotry. Born in French Guiana, Regis moved to West London with his family as a 5-year-old and came late to professional football after being spotted as a teenager by non-league Molesey. West Brom put their faith in him when they paid £5,000 to take him to the Hawthorns in May 1977. He moved to Coventry in a £250,000 switch in 1984. Regis played his football in an era when racism was rife, paving the way for future generations along with Laurie Cunningham and Brendon Batson at West Brom and becoming just the third black player to win a full England cap, the first of 5, when he lined up against Northern Ireland in February 1982. He did so having been sent a bullet through the post, a chilling indictment of the climate in which he built his career. Regis, who became an MBE in 2008, had spells at Aston Villa, Wolves, Wycombe, and Chester as his playing career drew to a close, and after spending 4 years on the coaching staff at the Hawthorns, worked as a football agent until his death.